Kia ora koutou, Markie here. I'm on the trot, shaky camera, even more shaky than normal. So I'm out and about. I'm not kind of breaching the lockdown. I'm recording these videos in advance, or a few of them anyway, so I can kind of deliver them to you in a timely and reliable fashion. So this is the last day of alert level 3 here. Which means I can't snog strangers as I walk along. And tonight is 12 o'clock is the start of the lockdown. So I'm walking to work because I do a day job as well as all the other bits and pieces that I do. I don't talk about that because they're a kind of completely separate organisation. And some of my interests stray into the weird and wonderful, so I don't kind of publicly associate with them, not because I'm ashamed of them, but because they might be ashamed of me. So, and then I'll be working from home for 4 weeks, which is kind of going to be interesting. So, it's a gorgeous morning, it's quite cold. So, on to business, Markie. Okay, so this is day 3 of you giving yourself a brilliant opportunity to accelerate your healing from retroactive jealousy, which is really great, isn't it? What I want to talk about today is telling your story, or more specifically, not telling your story. Now, I won't go into all the background of this because I've done a separate video on this, and I'll put a link in the details below, in the description box below. So you can watch that video, and that goes into this in a bit more depth and explains the whys, but we're going to talk about the hows and also the whens. Okay, so like in the video where we talked about preparing to talk to your partner, this is another one that might be about preparing rather than doing. You may or may not be ready to do this, so what I want to invite you to do is to prepare to do it. If you feel like you're ready, fantastic. The sooner the better, really. What I want you to do is to decide when will be the last time you're going to tell your RJ story. Or stories, I should say. And I mean it, okay? So it's up to you. This is not a commitment to me, this is a commitment to yourself. It's totally your choice whether you do this, obviously, but telling your story is not good. Telling your RJ story reinforces the problem. Okay, so, and are you still doing it? Okay, so what happens is, so often people, the story will change over time. One of the things we've talked about in recent videos is how, as you recover, often there becomes a stage where some of the things that used to bother you stop bothering you, and you're kind of left with the worst ones, if you like, the most stubborn, difficult ones. And all the way through recovery, and I see this on a lot of the Facebook groups, people talk about what's bothering them. They say, she did this, he did that. I can't get over this, I can't get over that. The worst thing is, I can't believe they did that. Okay, all the things that trigger you, all the things that drive your RJ are just things. Okay, you shouldn't give them any value, any credibility, any validation. Okay, so it's really important in recovery to stop talking about that stuff. Okay, now, why do people talk about it? Well, they talk about it because talking is like an externalized version of thinking. So it's the same kind of process, the same obsessive compulsive process. The obsessive thoughts are just being verbalized. So that's part of it. Another part of it is when we first recognize that there is such a thing as RJ, we want to know if we're typical, if we're kind of normal for RJ. So we want to find out, do other people feel the same? Do other people have this? Do other people have that? Okay. Now, I think there's a place for that, but a very small place and a very limited place for that, really. So there are going to be a lot of things that you think get hung up about or do that are kind of fairly typical RJ, textbook RJ, that lots and lots of other people with RJ are going to be doing. And there's going to be a few unique things because you're an individual. Everyone's RJ will be slightly different. And we know, there are subtypes of RJ that we've identified. So a certain amount of checking out, am I in the right place? Is this, do I really have RJ? Or am I just weird, bad, wrong, all the things that we think at the start. So you're going to want to do that, and you probably need to do that to some extent. But once you've done it, you've got to stop talking about the stuff that triggers your RJ. Okay. So what I want you to do is to decide and actually write down on a date, put it on your calendar, put it in your diary, set an alarm on your smartphone for the day and the time which will be the last time that you tell your RJ story. Now think about, do you still need to get this off your chest? Do you need feedback? Now if you like, you can actually message me and tell your story if you want. I feel like kind of Father Mark confessional, because I'll treat that confidentially, and I will give you feedback as well. So if you want to do that, then by all means, if there's no other appropriate forum. So talking to your partner is not the right thing. Talking to somebody that doesn't understand RJ is not the right thing. Talking on the the Facebook forum and stuff like that can be okay, and it can also be triggering for other people. So just think carefully about what you want to say if you do want to have that kind of last blast of getting it off your chest. And where is the most appropriate place to do it? But by all means, so if you go onto the website, there's a contact us thing. That's a good word, isn't it? Thing. And that, if you click on that, you can. I think it says contact us. You can. That will come to me, and that will be kept confidentially. I'm going to reply very respectfully. I'm going to understand. And if you want me to give feedback, I'll give feedback. If you don't want me to give feedback, just say you don't want any feedback, but you're just kind of, wanting to dump this, bury this here, then that's absolutely fine, okay? So I must remember to put the website link down below, because I think on the last video we didn't put the website on there. So there you go. That's I'm going to give you a little view, actually, because it's a rather lovely morning. Very lucky that this is my walk to work, and I won't be making this walk for some time. So hopefully that all makes sense. Check out I'll put a link to the video which goes into more detail about why telling your story is not a good idea. You may be ready to do this now, you may not. So pick a date, pick a time, and decide if you're going to have your last blast at telling your story, who you're going to tell it to and how, okay? So concrete things, definite concrete things. So if you do nothing else today, just have a think about that and write down those things, okay? And ideally kind of make a note in your diary. So good luck with that. Again, let me know how you get on. You can either do that, obviously people don't always want to out themselves as RJ on YouTube. So again, you can contact me directly through the website and let me know how you're getting on. Good luck, and I will be back tomorrow. I'm probably going to record the next one now, so when you watch tomorrow you'll still see me trotting along the coast path, but I'll probably I won't be in my bed because I'll be working from home, but I won't, don't report me to the authorities for breaching the lockdown. So have a good one, take care of yourselves. It's a difficult time. Be kind to yourself, be kind to your partner, be kind to everyone else, and talk to you tomorrow. Good luck. Rangimarie.